Ghostly figures, guiding light, readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears, written in gold. Truth appears, as stories unfold. Flip the cards, turn around the story.
Good morning and welcome to the MyTarot morning reflection, where we check in with the universe to see what might be going on out there. So I have been up there in Boston and Salem and all those places around there for the past week and a half, and it was amazing. Got to see a friend of mine who runs the Salem Witchboard Museum. Got to take lots of pictures. I got to figure out how to share. But I missed getting up in the morning and doing this. So, but I knew this time around, vacation-wise, it's like, I'm not even going to try. Oh, man, I did not want to make any promises I knew I would not be able to keep, which is getting up in time to do this every morning on vacation. But going to work today, and so it's nice to be sitting here, and then it was nice and quiet. It was just a nice moment here for the last several minutes, 15 minutes actually, just being quiet. Then I heard the cards, and that reminded me to say something about having our feet flat on the ground and butt comfortable in the seat and shoulders relaxed and neck relaxed, and listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean, and then taking the breath. So what does the universe have for us today? It's kind of what we're doing here. We're checking in, seeing if there's any tips or tricks or any angers or resentments that might be hanging out in the back of our head. So if somebody says something today, it would trigger us. But maybe if we look at it in meditation each day, check in to see how emotions are, how we're feeling, maybe we won't be triggered if we know how we're feeling, if we've checked in. So let's do just that. Okay. So, I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. Each one's a different thought or conversation. And if you believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this conversation will lead down one path, this a different one, or this a different one. And I'm going to choose a center one. Let's just go for what's right in the heart today. Okay. So I'll flip each one over like it's a different page in a book. The star. So what is the star? You know, we use stars for guidance. We look to stars for hope. So this is one of those things about having faith and hope. But let's see what the rest of the cards say so we can see how that full story plays out. So, when we see a star, faith, hope, all those things like that next to like the 10 of Wands. So, wands are fire and energy. Wands are when we're trying to get something done. Wands are creativity. But you know all that anxiety we put on ourselves when we're trying to get something done, and maybe we forget to ask somebody for help. So we take those 10 wands, which can be really heavy, we put them on our back, and we try and just do everything by ourselves without asking for help. Why sometimes? The star. So when we talk about hope sometimes it's that positive thing where keep your spirits up. But then there's other times where I'll say to people, hope and $3 will not even buy you a cup of coffee anymore. Hope is not an action. Hope is wishing something would happen, hoping that something happens, hoping while we take this burden and we're trying to get things done and it just weighs on us. Wishing things would change, wishing things were different. So let's turn over this card. This is the Knight of Swords. So court cards can be us, they can be somebody else. Knights are the element of fire. Swords are the element of air. So fire is energy. Fire is movement, getting things done. Swords are the element of... Swords are thoughts. Swords are ideas. So far what we're seeing here is that, you know how we get that burden? And again, we forget to ask people for help. You know, we hope things get better. We hope this. We hope that. And then we just trudge. And sometimes we forget to reach out to other people. There's somebody who's probably watching. Court cards, though, could be us, could be somebody else or part of the situation. But the court card is that element that says we need the fire and energy, but there's time for a change. And with that 10, sometimes that change is simply looking around and saying, who can help me with this burden? This is a person who can help come up with ideas. They may not have the best ideas, but again, a burden shared is a burden halved. So let's take a look at the advice card. The Two of Coins. Coins, money, finance, home, health, happiness, all those things that keep us grounded. And this is a card of being grounded and making choices. So I don't say these cards are past, present, future, things like that. I like to let the cards make the decision about what they are. The advice card is the only one I ever say, this is the advice card. And something like this, if we take a look at it, sometimes to me it's like a scale. We have all this burden that we have, and we all have it. Sometimes we could just wish things get better. And again, hope and $3. And I have a friend of mine who's like, I hate it when you say that. But it is reality. Sometimes we need that strength we find in hope. Other times, when we get so burdened and we get that tunnel vision, we just wish things would get better. But if we do the scale like this, maybe there is a way to take action. Somebody who can think clearer, somebody who can help us with that charging and moving forward and help to relieve the burden. So for today, it's about acknowledging the choices we have to make today. And is there something that we can get assistance on? Maybe it's a spouse, a partner, a friend, just to talk to. Somebody who can look at what's going on with clearer eyes. Because again, when we're in the middle of something, it's like you take a brick and you hold it up to your eyes and all you see is a wall. But if somebody can remind us to just kind of step back, different perspective and look at it, we can see it's just a brick. So today is about getting third-party perspective, seeing things differently. Again, this could be us. Court cards can be us. And this is about making the decision to not just hope things get better, wish things get better. And a lot of us are already taking action. So that's why I say that this might just be getting a cup of coffee with somebody to look at our choices. Sometimes under stress, our perspectives get skewed. So for today, if we find that we are feeling stressed and burdened, let's see if there's just somebody we can have a cup of coffee with, or even an online chat, or just a third-party perspective to maybe help move this forward, just like this knight is moving forward. And that sword is a different perspective. It feels good to be back. So with that, I am going to be at Laloon tonight at 5 o'clock, 5 to 7. So feel free to come up there if you are in Maryland and want to get a reading. And that'll be nice to get back to because I haven't been doing that either. Otherwise, I will be here again tomorrow. And with that, thanks again and take care.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand.